Hello, my name is Lilian Silva. I'm the Forage specialist for Clemson Universe, and this is Forage Drops. Today I'll be talking about stockpiling bermudagrass systems. So this is really the time that we should be thinking about whether we would like to stockpile them and if you would be able to as well. So I wanted to really approach this point because we're on the time of transition. We're almost at the end of summer season already. And here on this graph, we can see the general distribution of bermudagrass growth and forage production in our region. So usually we see bermudagrass growing from April or even late March through late September, early October. And we generally need to think about some other sources that we can be using to deal with the seasonality of production of these forage systems. So some options are generally feeding hay or baleage for the animals during those months that the warm season grasses are not growing, or we can have some annual cool season forages planted so the animals can graze them, or we would be able to also stockpile bermudagrass to be able to use during this time of the year for the animals to graze. So when we're thinking about stockpiling bermudagrass, we're going to be planning on either cutting or grazing that bermudagrass stand in late August, around late August, to 4-inch stubble height, and allowing the plants to grow for 6 weeks before you put the animals in for them to graze, to start grazing that field. So after we harvest the grass at the beginning of the stockpiling period, we need to think about fertilizing that field with some nitrogen and potassium. The general range of fertilizer recommendation that I would give it to you is 50 to 100 pounds of nitrogen and similar amount of potassium as well, just because we are going to be providing the food, providing the nutrients that those plants need to really grow during that period of time and be able to accumulate forage and to have a good quality as well on that forage that the animals will start grazing later. And for the time that we expect to be able to start grazing, it's usually around mid to late October. Really depends where you are in the region and when you started that stockpiling periods as well. So when we're talking about the grazing management that we would be doing, we can use rotational grazing for just stockpiled bermudagrass for forage systems, but it's really good practice to use strip grazing. And the reason that I say this is because we're going to have the forage already fully grown, standing there, and we would be able to really adjust the size of each strip we would like to allow the animals to have access to. So the way that we're going to be doing this is using temporary fencing to adjust that size of the strip and allowing the animals to stay there for a short period of time. Then we would allow them to stay there usually around 2 to 3 days per strip and move them to another strip, usually move them forward, just moving the fence forward. And this really allows us to work on the grazing efficiency that we're going to have on those areas. So we can be adjusting the the area and the stocking rate as well, if needed, for how much forage we're going to have available there. Then something that we are having more people adopting is legumes into grass systems. And one alternative to Bermuda grass is to plant alfalfa into it. So you would have an alfalfa Bermuda grass mixture. This would be helping with the quality and the production that you would have for that system. And Bermuda grass has similar soil fertility and drainage requirements to alfalfa, and they also have a complemental growth period, so you can extend the period that forage system would be growing on the per year. We would also be decreasing the need for nitrogen fertilizer for that system, because alfalfa is a legume, and it would be fixing the nitrogen to supply for the Bermuda grass to grow and to really accumulate forage on those fields. And stockpiling, this mixture is an option to also use, and it's really helpful because it's going to have a good quality to this mixture, and you can use to extend that grazing season into the fall months as well. With this, I conclude what I had for today for just Forage Drops video. I thank you for watching this, and if you'd like to have more information about either just the Bermuda grass system or the Alfalfa Bermuda grass system mixtures, we do have an Alfalfa Bermuda grass calendar, management guide, and calendar as well, publications that you can find to get more information about how to implement the alfalfa into the Bermuda grass, or even how to manage that system later. So if you'd like to have access to more information, please email me on this email here on the screen, and I'll be glad to share that with you. Thank you so much.